One of the great unknowns in Diablo 4 and a major point of criticism in its predecessor Diablo 3 is the endgame. What is there for you to do once you've completed the undoubtedly excellent campaign and want to push your character towards level 100? What activities are available for farming and expanding your builds, and what will you be doing regularly to further shape your character? In this video we'll take an in-depth look at everything we know so far about the endgame and seasons in Diablo 4. The campaign is over and the final boss, Diablo or whoever it may be, has been banished back to the fiery pits of hell. Our barbarian, druid, rogue, necromancer or sorcerer is somewhere between level 40 and 60 most likely, and we're suddenly faced with the question, what now? The inevitable final gameplay loop of a looter is upon us, but what is there to do? Last year we got a small glimpse of the endgame activities from the developers and a closed beta test took place, which is under NDA. So far we know of 3 PvE endgame activities which we'll examine in detail in just a bit. But first let's discuss the part of the game that some of you may never see, PvP. PvP in Diablo 4 will take place exclusively in designated areas, not in the shared open world. The so-called Fields of Hatred are scattered throughout Sanctuary and can be entered by players to test their builds and their might against others. However, PvP isn't just for fun. Blizzard tempts you, yes, you PvE mains, with exclusive cosmetic rewards for participating in PvP. In the Fields of Hatred you must collect Seeds of Hatred. You can obtain these through PvE activities or by killing other players. However, you can't use the seeds directly. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? To use the seeds you must bring them to the altar of extraction where they are then ground into red dust. And the avid PvP players amongst you will surely have recognized the parallels to other games, as Diablo 4 is taking the path of an extraction royale similar to Call of Duty's DMZ mode, Hunt Showdown or Escape from Tarkov. When you begin the extraction at the altar, other players will undoubtedly become aware of you and try to beat you in combat and steal your seeds. Once the seeds have been ground into red dust though, they're yours forever. You can then exchange red dust for cosmetic items for you and your mount at special PvP vendors. So there are some good reasons to take a closer look at PvP, especially if you're a sucker for cosmetics like me. What about you? Will you check out PvP or will you avoid it altogether? I'm very curious, so let me know in the comments below. But of course, the endgame is not exclusively focused on PvP, quite the opposite in fact. Most of us will undoubtedly spend most of our time in various PvE activities. One important new aspect of character development begins once you reach level 50 and complete the first part of the leveling phase. From 50 onwards, instead of earning skill points for your skill tree with each level up, you'll earn 4 Paragon points per level. This allows you to accumulate a whopping 200 Paragon points between levels 50 and 100. Unlike its predecessor where leveling Paragon could go on indefinitely, Diablo 4 caps leveling at 100, at least for now. I could imagine the level cap being raised with future seasons or expansions, but there's no information on that yet. Personally, I'm a big fan of having an endpoint so that we can focus on other things besides mindlessly leveling Paragon points. In Diablo 4, the Paragon-System is undergoing a significant transformation, introducing Paragon boards where players can spend their points to enhance their characters. These boards are divided into different tiles and sockets. Firstly, there are normal tiles that provide generic stat boosts such as +5 strength or +X intelligence. Then there are magic tiles grouped on the board to offer better advantages like +10% fire resistance. These fields don't occur as often as normal tiles. Rare tiles on the other hand grant significant boosts to help refine your build and unlock powerful bonuses. They also might have specific requirements. In this example you will get +10 rage per kill. But to also increase your maximum rage by +8%, you need 175 strength and 125 willpower. As you can see, the Paragon system becomes a lot more specialized and diverse. At the center of each Paragon board lies a legendary field, offering the most substantial and potent bonus, likely the ultimate goal for every board. For example, you deal 30% more damage as long as your rage is over 50%. Quite a substantial buff. For the attentive listeners, you may have noticed that in the endgame, players will not only unlock a single Paragon board, but several. At all 4 edges of a board, there are gate tiles. With these fields, you can switch to another board that connects to your existing one. To further customize your path through the board and minimize wasted points, you can also rotate the fields around their axes. And while the system may initially sound complicated, it offers many exciting opportunities for character specialization. The beta game files even revealed legendary Paragon fields with intriguing effects. For example, the Barbarian's bleeding damage is applied 30% faster. Or another legendary tile causes bleeding enemies to explode upon death, dealing area of effect damage to surrounding monsters. The Necromancer has options like reducing minions' health by 25% but increasing their damage by 45%. Another legendary field causes minions to explode upon death, dealing 30% of their maximum health as AoE damage. As you can see, these additional perks can significantly impact your playstyle. But there's even more to the Paragon board. Socket fields allow you to insert glyphs found throughout Sanctuary, which affect surrounding fields. Glyph rarity can be upgraded in particularly dangerous dungeons to enhance their effect and expand their radius. This magical glyph has only a small radius in which all tiles get a 30% bonus. Upgrading a magical glyph, for example, increases not only its radius but also the bonus of enclosed tiles to 45%. In this example, for every 10 dexterity purchased within range, you will also deal an extra 13.5% damage to vulnerable enemies. When you upgrade the glyph even further, it gains a significantly larger radius. In this area, you'll receive 4 points of strength for every point of willpower, and for every 10 willpower points within the radius, you'll deal an impressive 31.5% more overpower damage to monsters. So, as you see, there's plenty of opportunity to customize and enhance your Paragon boards in quite unique and exciting ways. And if you've enjoyed the video up to this point, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking forward to even more Diablo 4 content, please consider subscribing and activating the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. But as you level up to 100, expand your character and refine your build, you will become stronger and progress through the world tier system. World tiers 1 and 2 are available from the beginning, with tier 2 providing stronger enemies, but also 20% more experience points and 15% more gold upon defeating minions. Tier 3, Nightmare, is recommended for levels 50 to 70 and is unlocked upon completing the campaign and a specific dungeon in Kjolvashad. With World Tier 3, players gain access to new content such as sacred and unique items, Nightmare Sigils for Nightmare Dungeons, which we will be talking about in just a second, the Helltide event, which we will also take a closer look at in just a few moments, and champion monsters with special resistance auras. In exchange, players receive 100% more experience points and 15% more gold. World Tier 4, Torment, is recommended for level 70s and above. To unlock this tier, you must complete a dungeon in the Dry Steppe with a Nightmare modifier. As a reward, players can find ancestral items and receive 200% more experience points and 15% more gold. Naturally, enemies become even more formidable. Of course, the ultimate goal is to reach World Tier 4 to participate in all endgame activities and obtain the best loot in the game. But rumor has it that there may be an additional World Tier. World Tier 5, Hell. As previously mentioned, upon reaching World Tier 3 you will unlock a few more exciting endgame activities in the vast realm of Sanctuary. Among these activities are Helltides, Nightmare Seals and Dungeons, and the Tree of Whispers. Let's have a closer look on all the information about the endgame systems in Diablo 4. Helltides are zone-spanning open-world events in which Lilith's minions become more powerful and terrifying. As you face these formidable foes, they will in turn leave behind better rewards for your courageous efforts. Get ready to encounter more and stronger underworld minions as you progress. In addition to receiving better loot, you can also acquire a new, exclusive Helltide currency called Cinders. Use cinders to open specific chests in Sanctuary. The unique feature of these chests is that they always contain a specific category of rewards, making it an excellent opportunity to target particular items you might need. For example, one chest will always reward you with gloves, while another chest will always give you two-handed weapons. However, be warned, cinders are never entirely safe. If you fall in battle, you will lose them and have to recover them. And this reminds me a lot of the rune system in Elden Ring. I really enjoyed this mechanic from the Souls games, so I'm looking forward to seeing it in Diablo 4. Another activity unlocked at World Tier 3 is the Nightmare Sigils and Nightmare Dungeons. Upon obtaining your first Nightmare Sigil, you can challenge your first Nightmare Dungeon. Sigils are designed for specific dungeons and modify a familiar dungeon by introducing new enemy classes, additional resistance modifiers, or other buffs and nerfs. These changes not only add variety to existing content, but ultimately reward you with unique items. As you ascend through the world tiers, the modifiers and difficulty level become more intricate. But that's about everything that is known about Nightmare Dungeons at this time. The last revealed endgame activity is the Tree of Whispers, a quest giver that tasks you with various challenges scattered throughout Sanctuary's map. By completing these challenges, you will receive gold, experience points, and Grim Favors. Collect 10 Grim Favors to exchange them at the tree for experience points or loot. The Tree of Whispers becomes available at a specific point in the campaign and initially seems like a classic bounty system. To be honest, I'm still a bit undecided about how I feel about it. The last thing I need in Diablo or any other ARPG is the daily and weekly bait that, in true MMO fashion, more or less forces me to log in every day through FOMO and check off various mundane tasks. The Tree of Whispers tasks are designed to refresh throughout the day, offering new challenges, and truthfully, that's the only piece of information that still gives me some hope that this won't turn into the traditional imaginary chain of daily and weekly bounties that has spoiled the fun in so many other games for me. An important distinction between ARPGs and MMOs is that I can play them whenever and for however long I want, without being forced to log in daily. I'm very curious to see which path Diablo will take in this regard and hope that it sticks to the system familiar from Diablo 3. But now let's talk about seasons. Seasons are another long-term feature with new events, leaderboards, challenges, a new battle pass, and of course new cosmetic rewards. In Diablo 4 there will be 4 seasons per year, each lasting 3 months. Seasons will shake up the game's meta and bring significant balance adjustments, including revamped skills, new classes, new quests, and new Paragon boards. Players can look forward to mid-season events that offer cosmetic rewards for completing specific tasks. The season journey, familiar to Diablo 3 players, will return in Diablo 4, albeit with more content. Participating in the journey requires creating a new character and progressing them through the endgame, completing a series of tasks to unlock various rewards. Although it may seem like a significant undertaking to start a new character, it's an opportunity to try out new builds or a class you haven't played before. Leveling up in Diablo 4 will eventually become quick, currently taking about 2 to 3 hours to reach the max level of 70 in Diablo 3 when you optimize the process. And at the end of a season, your seasonal character will be converted into a regular character instead of being deleted. So it isn't all for nothing. All of the previously mentioned features come entirely free with the main game and all following also free seasons. But of course, there will still be opportunities for you to invest money into the game if you wish. For instance, the Battle Pass will offer a premium track with cosmetic items at a cost of $10 per season. Additionally, there will be an in-game shop where you can purchase even more cosmetic items for the extra drip on the battlefield. In the future, paid expansions are also planned, which will introduce new classes, areas, and story content to enhance your gaming experience. However, specific details about these expansions have not been released just yet. But that's all there is to share about the endgame and seasons in Diablo 4. I hope this video has informed you well and brought you up to speed with the latest developments. If you enjoyed it, I would greatly appreciate a thumbs up and feel free to check out my last video displayed on the screen. Wishing you all an awesome day, and I'll catch you in the next one.